So why did Harris County, Texas have to put these reinforced cement and steel barriers to keep people out of that area? But you notice it doesn't really keep people out, right? Because you can walk right through there. That's no problem at all. What it does do is keep vehicles through there, or more importantly, it keeps Humvees, LMTVs, and M119 howitzers out of there. Why did Harris County have to do this? Well, let's go back to about 2015 when the battery commander at one of the batteries here at the local guard unit decided that they needed some training, and they wanted some training in placing and laying the guns. Now, the battery commander had his senior NCOs and officers trying to find locations where they could do this training that was close by. They couldn't find any. Battery commander took things into his own hands. He looked on the map and he found that there was a creek. Now, any creek has property around it. That property belongs to the state or the federal government, depending on the body of water. But anyway, so he decided, you know what? We'll just go down there to that creek. It's just only about 5 miles down the road. So he got the battery, all the guns, all the guys, drove down the road, and they set up their guns on the side of the road. Now, it's not a big deal, right? Well, as you could see from that video, it's a pretty busy road. And when you do this on the weekend, when there's a lot of people driving by, it's going to cause a lot of interest. And so what ended up happening is it caused a traffic jam because so many people were on that road looking at what the heck is going on. Funny thing is, I was there that day. I was driving by. This is back before I joined the Guard and after I'd left the Marines. And I remember seeing these howitzers, and I told my wife, that's not normal. Like, there's howitzers out here. That's not right. Turns out the sheriff's deputies didn't have a problem with the howitzers being there because they also knew that that was state property right there next to the creek. What they did object to was that they didn't receive any notification that this was going to happen because it caused a traffic jam, and they would have liked to have been able to have a whole bunch of sheriff's deputies out there to keep traffic moving. As it turned out, it did make the news, and people were pretty excited, and they would stop, park on the bridge, get out of their cars, and go down there and talk to the soldiers who were practicing laying the guns. You know, when it comes to PR, it was very positive. They said that the people were really happy to see all this. So fast forward about 2.5 years, and I was driving in a car with a captain, and we're headed back to my house, actually, which is about 7.5 miles from the armory. And as we're passing the bridge, I just happened to note, I said, you know, what's really funny is I remember seeing a battery of guns out here. I wonder if that was from our battalion. And so nonchalantly, he was like, yeah, that was me. I was like, what? And that's when he told me the whole story about how it happened, why it happened, and what was the aftermath. But what's even funnier is at that time when he and I talked about it, they still didn't have those steel and concrete barriers in place. They do now. And I know that it's only there for one reason: the Texas Army National Guard.